Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with everyone who self-help is as an organization. We'll start with each of the team members' introductions, and then we'll go into the presentation. I'm Pamela Bell, City Executive here with Self-Help Federal Credit Union, and I have the awesome responsibility of growing the self-help brand in the Milwaukee region. So using platforms like this to share who we are as an organization and the great work that we're looking to do in the city. And then I have both of my managers. If you could go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Lydia David, and I am the branch manager at our Southgate location. I am also our mortgage lender here at this location. Very excited to be here. I've been in the banking industry for about a decade now, and I have not experienced anything like self-help and the focus that they have in our communities.
Hello everyone, I'm Demetrius Nash. I too am the branch manager from our Milwaukee Midtown location. I have 15 years of banking experience. I am through the mortgage lender on this side.
Your volume's going out, Demetrius. I'm not sure if is anyone else having trouble hearing?
Sorry about that.
A little low.
Yeah,
okay.
All right. One of the things I love about self-help is their mission. In order to provide economic opportunity for all, that really stands. That really is one of my core values, and I love working for society.
Okay, awesome. So you may want to try to use the conference room monitor, because it was when it comes time for you to present, we won't be able to hear you. So self-help Federal Credit Union, creating and protecting ownership and economic opportunity for all. That is our mission, and we do this by providing responsible financial services, lending to businesses and nonprofits, developing real estate, and promoting fair financial practices. And while our work can benefit anyone, we have a very intentional and strategic focus on serving marginalized communities. So serving those who are often underserved or overlooked by your conventional lenders. So that's including people of color, women, rural residents, and low wealth families and communities. Next slide. And so we operate, we are a unique organization that we really are. So we're a social justice organization, and we execute our mission. We carry it out through a family of nonprofits. So just wanted to share with you a little about the family of nonprofits that we work through. So our Center for Community Self-Help is a charitable nonprofit 501c3 organization that develops and coordinates self-help programs, raises resources, and advocates for economic opportunity. And all of our entities, our affiliates, are also nonprofits. And so this is where we started, was the Center for Community Self-Help. So Self-Help Credit Union, the credit union was founded in 1983. It's member-owned, federally insured, and North Carolina chartered credit union. Originally began just to raise deposits for members to make commercial and consumer and mortgages. So in order to expand our impact in the provision of our services, in 2006, we began merging with other credit unions in the North Carolina area. And now we have branches in both North and South Carolina, Florida. And so Self-Help, our state charter credit union, has about 36 branches and lending offices, 2.1 billion in assets, and serves more than 77,000 members. The federally chartered credit union is who we are representing here this morning. And we were chartered in 2008, again, to build a network of credit union branches to operate on a scale that's uncommon in the community development industry. So through a series of mergers and acquisitions and new branch launches, we're now in California, Illinois, Washington State most recently, and Wisconsin. And we are, again, building a community development credit union that aims to provide high impact financial services to working class communities. We have over 30 branches, approximately 1.2 billion in assets, and we serve over 78,000 membership base. Our Self-Help Ventures Fund, this is a loan fund that is capitalized with loans and grants from foundations, religious organizations, corporations, government sources, anyone that aligns, that has resources and they align with our mission and want to support the work that we do. We use those funds, and it also manages our higher risk business loans, real estate development, and home loan secondary market program. So when we think of our Self-Help Ventures Fund and our real estate team with respect to Milwaukee, while we have our Midtown location and our Southgate locations that are branch locations, we also own a property located at 2102 West Fond du Lac Avenue, and that's the former Legacy Bank building. And so we are in the process of developing that with community partners. We did a call for partners, spoke with a lot of community stakeholders around how can we repurpose this building? What makes most sense, and how can we add value? Understanding that the communities that we serve, if we're able to come in and do a real estate deal, commercial real estate deal, how it impacts the value of those surrounding properties. So we're really excited about this venture here in Milwaukee. That building sits in the infamous 53206 zip code. And we know historically it's a nationally recognized zip code for a lot of negative things that are happening in our community. However, we're really excited about what we will be able to do with this deal and changing that narrative of that community. We also have our Center for Responsible Lending. Now, this is our national nonprofit, nonpartisan research and policy organization that's dedicated to protecting home ownership and family wealth by working to eliminate abusive financial practices. So when we think of the communities that we serve, payday loan stores, check cashing places, the auto title loan company, these are all predatory lenders that you won't find in an affluent market. They come into underserved communities and prey on individuals who may not have as many options or resources. And so we work really hard to get legislature in place and policy reform to rid our community of those types of entities. When we look at the work that we've done in terms of nationally, like our borrowing, what our portfolio looks like, you can go to the next slide. So our lending, 82% of the loans that we do nationally are to low-income borrowers. 61% are to people of color. 30% are to rural areas. 69% are to underserved areas, and 40% are to women. And of the loans that we've done, so 84,000 have been to school or child care spaces. One of some of the lending that we do nationally, we do what we call sector lending. So we do charter schools. If there are any charter schools that need funding for growth that are serving the population that we look to serve, those are deals that we want to look at and see how we're able to support. Also, faith-based. So when we think of these Black and Brown communities, we know the foundation of faith are kind of anchors in many of these communities. So wanting to support those deals now, we have one that we're looking at in the community that we're really excited about, and then also healthy food. So lots of food deserts exist in the communities that we serve. So if there are any companies that are bringing in healthy food options to these communities, we want to look and see if we're able to support those endeavors as well. So 46,900 jobs were created or maintained. 63,700 families we were able to place into homes. $452 million in consumer lending, and then 1.5 billion loans to small businesses or nonprofits. And we have a coalition of 500 groups that work with us and partner with us against the predatory payday lending. So we are proud of those numbers. I'm sorry, I have no poker face. Demetrius is motioning to me, and I don't know what that sign means, but I will continue. So the difference between banks and credit unions, so I think that the main difference when we look at banks and credit unions, we are a nonprofit, right? We are membership owned. And so we answer to our members, not a board of directors. Our board is volunteer led. It's not a paid board of directors. And again, we're answering to our members and what's important to them and what they serve. But in terms of products and services, checking, savings accounts, CDs, money markets, online banking, we have lots of similar services as a bank. But I think the smaller and more of a I mean, we're again, because I hesitate as I say this because I spent a good majority of my career with banking and conventional banking, and they certainly have their place and they do great work as well. But I think the main difference is we're looking to serve individuals who may not be able to be served by a traditional lender. So I'm going to step away, and then Demetrius is coming in. So, and you can go to the next slide.
All right.
So,
Well, the advantages, right?
no, that's where you start.
All right. So, self-help, the credit union advantage. The credit union advantage, we are self-help is community oriented. It's also member owned. We also offer low or no fees at all. Fair and affordable loan rates and terms for our members as well. Low balance requirements to maintain membership, and also local personalized service. A lot of service that our clients get, our members get, are specifically catered to their needs when it comes down to they may need help with financial literacy, or just get back on their feet as far as being able to understand how the accounts work, or increasing their credit score, and we having those in-depth conversations. Your guide to financial services. We'll go over some of our products that we do have. We can go to the next slide. All right, so some of our personal accounts, checking accounts we have, our personal accounts are our access checking and our personal checking. The unique features about our checking accounts, with a low balance of as little as $0 to $5 is just to open the accounts. There's 3 ways that accounts can be free. Either our clients, our members either have a $2,500 average daily balance in their accounts, or they're between the ages of 24 and I believe 64, between the ages of 24 or younger or 64 and older, or they have an average direct deposit of $500 or more in a month. So it's extremely affordable. So for our access checking and our personal checking, they have the same requirements for both. We also have non-personal accounts, we're business accounts and nonprofit accounts as well. A lot of those accounts we cater to the customers when they come in and they ask about. We offer them what type of account, how they plan on using their accounts, what type of deposits and stuff they're going to be making. So everything is pretty much is catered to the client's needs. We also offer savings accounts as well. We have the traditional savings, money markets, as well as certificate deposits as well. Our rates are very competitive. And that'll basically sum up some of the products that we do have. Of course, if you guys have any questions after the presentation, feel free to give myself or Lydia or Pam Bell an email. We can elaborate a little bit more on that as well. I believe we're on slide 11.
So I'll be speaking more about our loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. So something really unique that Self-Help has is that we're able to do loans for people with credit scores as low as 580 to no credit at all. So again, I come also from a traditional banking space. So this is not really seen. And again, our purpose is to serve our underserved communities. So we make sure that our products and services line up to our community needs. So for example, if someone has no credit at all, we're able to use alternative lines of credit to be able to have a history of positive on-time payments. Some of those would be energies, phone bills, car insurance, things like that. So we look, when it comes to that, we do look for 12 months of positive payments. So some of the loans that we offer are mortgages, auto loans. We do offer personal loans. We also offer DACA loans, which is huge for us. In Milwaukee, it's something that we want to create some traction on, right? Because not a lot of people know that we offer that. So that's definitely something very unique about Self-Help. We also offer credit cards with low interest rates. And we also offer our secured credit cards. And if you could move to the next slide, please. So what I really love about what we do is just the full experience that we're able to give our members. So if someone for some reason does not qualify for a loan, or they want to get a mortgage, or their goal is to purchase a car, we have products to make sure that they're able to reach their goal, right? So whether they need to rebuild credit, reestablish their credit, or start establishing credit, we can definitely help them with that. So two of our biggest credit builder products that we have is a Fresh Start loan. So how this works is, for example, we put $500, so we go from $500 to $2,500 max into a savings account for a member, and they will be paying, if they pick the term, so let's say it's 18 months, right? 18 to 24 months, they'll make payments towards the savings account. At the end of the term, the $500 is theirs, and the whole time they were depositing monthly, we report it to the credit bureau as a positive payment, and this one shows up as an installment loan on their credit report. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with the secured credit cards. That is a big one too. That definitely helps establish credit for someone. So again, we lock in a certain amount into an account, provide them a credit card, and it's not only about establishing the product, right, but it's the knowledge. So we make sure that we talk to them and let them know how to use it, what's going to work. We have our recommendations. So that's very important. I think that in our communities, there is a lot of lack of knowledge, right? So we want to make sure that when they come sit with us, it's a very holistic conversation, and we're really making sure that we're finding their needs and being able to provide some type of service recommendation. Another thing that we do, which I think is really great, is we partner with other organizations to help provide that financial literacy. So for example, we partner up with Green Path, which they have a lot of services available as far as like counseling, credit repair, things like that. We also partner up with our Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And I just want to show you guys an example. So we get these small books that we can provide and work through with our members. So this one is Debt Getting in Your Way? And it's a very like interactive book with a lot of resources and a guide, right, on how to be able to get out of debt. So it's just how far we go to make sure that we are helping our members aside from just like our services and products too. If you can hit the next slide. So the cost of financial stress. This is big. And I know that it's not always like what a lot of people think about, right? When you're feeling sick, when you're not feeling so well, and just the fact that what financial stress can do to you. So here's just a grid. So 29% suffered severe anxiety compared with 4%. 44% had migraines of other headaches compared with 15%. 6% reported heart attacks, double the rate for those with low debt stress. 27% had ulcers or digestive tract problems compared with 8% of those with low levels of debt stress. 51% had muscle tension, including lower back pain, compared with 31% of those with lower levels of debt stress. So that's huge. That's huge. And something that I've witnessed, and what definitely keeps me going in what we're doing is being able to pull some of that stress off of someone. And I say that because I speak for myself, I speak for my family, I speak for my community, my friends, right? I went through that myself, and I was able to pull myself out of that, and I can walk and feel healthy and continue. So I would love to share that and make sure that I'm helping the next person. And again, it's all about knowledge and being able to have resources to be able to understand and really put that together. If we go to the next slide. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank everyone. So we're saving lives. I'll say that. It's really, it's really, the work that we're doing is beyond, the products and services that we offer. And so partnerships like this one with the Hispanic Collaborative that, align with our mission so that we can, spread the word and cross support one another's work. So again, thank you for your time. Any questions you have for us, anything that we discussed, that there are any questions, we do have at the last slide, we do have all of our contact information. So if you think of something after and you want to reach out to either one of us by text or email or phone call, we are open to that, and look forward to connecting with you and supporting one another's work.
Thank you, Pamela, Demetrius, and Lydia, for sharing everything that you do to provide economic opportunity for all. We definitely want, while we have you here, to ask, are there any questions that you all have? I know people are on mute. If you want to unmute and ask, that would be great.
This is Garnett. Do you guys have a designated commercial lender, where you guys refer people to in situations where, like maybe a deal is obviously maybe too big for you guys? I mean, I don't know what size deals do you guys like to look at. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, absolutely. So commercial lending outside of our sector. So if it's one of the sectors that I talked about, the charter school, faith-based, or healthy food, we have national lenders that we work with. The minimum for faith-based is 500,000. And we made an exception. We had a deal that was about 250,000 because it aligned, with our mission, and we were able. So we will look at things on a case by case. In terms of outside of the sector lending, we're just starting our commercial lending in the Milwaukee region, and we're doing this in partnership. We have a grant from Chase that we partner with. We're working with Northwest Side CDC, and so we're any deals that come through that are over $1 million, we will look at. Anything below that, we would refer that to one of our partners right now.
Okay.
And I also wanted to mention that I realized I didn't mention before, we do ITIN lending also. So that's for mortgage, personal loans, auto loans, everything that we have to offer, we also offer it for ITIN.
Thank you. Lydia.
What is the going rate right now on your guys' ITIN loans?
So it depends. So if we're looking at mortgages, we're from like 5 to 6.8%. Our rates change daily. So that's as of this morning. And
what is your down payment requirement on that?
10% down.
10%?
Yes.
Is that with or without grants?
That is without grants.
Okay.
And we also, so our mortgage, a little bit more of our mortgage product, we don't have PMI. So that's definitely, and that's also for ITIN.
Okay. All righty, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Scrolling through attendees just to make sure.
I just want to point out that we didn't get the introduction of everybody else on the call. I mean, we introduced Pam, myself, and Lydia. I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let me, I'll wrap up the recording and then we can do some introductions. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay, great. So thank you all for joining us. We actually have some new faces, so I'm super excited to have you all here this morning and hope that you'll attend future Bank Roadshow meetings. Self-help has been a part of the meeting, I think, for a while now, Pamela. So thank you and your team for joining us every month. As a reminder, the Bank Roadshow meeting, the purpose is to support Milwaukee's banking, financial, and frontline entrepreneur support community with the in-depth information on the entrepreneurial ecosystem, programs, and services in order to strengthen our community's existing and budding entrepreneurs. So self-help today, next month on Tuesday, March 15th, we will have, we'll be hearing more about the financial services or resources, I would say, that the Mexican consulate provides. And so the meetings happen every third Tuesday of the month. So if you would be interested in receiving a calendar invite, you're welcome to email me afterwards or just put your email in the chat and I can make sure you have a recurring invite. So again, thank you for joining us.